What's up traders, welcome to live streaming from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. This is Forex Wizard trading coach. I will be doing a live trading session and live analysis, live discussion about live trade, fundamental and technical aspect of trading. So as you can see today also the market is very volatile. There's a Gbp news coming up in just a couple of minutes, so let's look at one by one, starting with gold, and I will be looking at Gbp pairs as well before the news. Let's see if we can find any entry opportunity. Like we most of the time you saw that in live trade also you open trading, so make sure you stick till the end to see how we are trading. And if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask the live chat. And also before I begin, give a big thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. So starting with gold, gold, as you have seen, there's a manipulation is going on. Back to back two semicircle has created, as I mentioned in my previous day's analysis, that gold might do like that. Gold has done that. As you can see, yesterday we had a trade here and immediately has gone up again from that level, because this level is a very breaking this low, had a rejection on the 1 hour chart, has gone up again to this resistance level, has broken all this high, and we see that gold again the sellers are selling this market. So this is the 1 hour chart, and the way I see this price action, guys, though manipulation happen here and here, we see that the sellers always in the driver's seat, so we can expect on gold to remain bearish. If you look at this one here, we can see that this is the resistance line, and gold is respecting this resistance and maintaining this 20 EMA, and whenever the price is hitting that level, gold is rejecting towards the downside. So this is an interesting price action what we see on gold, and I will be waiting for an entry to the downside. Now going back to the very lower time frame on the 5 minutes and 15 minutes, we saw that there is already a breakdown, and now the price is going up for a deeper pullback. So looking at 4 hour time frame, if you look at the 4 hour, you can see the price with this had a drop and then has gone up again to grab liquidity, and then again has come down. Now this kind of market, sometime I know that it's sometime a bit difficult to predict, because this, you can see how many times it grabbed liquidity. Here there was a massive liquidity grab, and then the price, instead of dropping full spectrum, it has gone up again, and you can see with this green candle the price grabbed liquidity, and again with this red candle multiple times. So now the question is where we can see that big drop. Looking at the daily, there is a daily doji here on gold, and if you delete that, we can see that this is the daily doji. You can see that this is the daily doji, and with that daily doji, the price, there is a long wick at the bottom and also narrower body here. I think that gold might, before dropping full spectrum, we might see a liquidity grab from the daily resistance even, which is possible to happen. If that's the case, that will be big drop to the downside. Now in the lower time frame, we will see either dropping from here or going up and then dropping. For me, gold is bearish. If you look at the weekly, you can see that the market is already has broken this low, created any lower low. I think pardon me, I think we might see that this break is, this low is broken to the upside, and then we could see that gold again coming down after testing this high. So from lower time frame, we can see that in this resistance line, the price is just respecting this resistance and trying to come down. So from 1 hour, what do you see that the price, you can see whenever the price is breaking this 20 EMA, it's coming down. So from the lower time frame, it is possible for the price to go ahead and break all this high. This is the daily high, okay, and then to come down to its full spectrum, okay, which is very possible to happen. And let's see the lower time frame to see what we can expect from this market now. You can see there is a long consolidation, drop, again another consolidation. It is in another downside phase. So looking at the 5 minutes time frame and with the 15 minutes, what we see that gold, yeah, so here we see that lower time frame consolidation. I think that we might see another wave of rise to grab liquidity. I think it might break the daily high, and then we could see that gold is coming down. If gold managed to drop from here, we should be able to see multiple liquidity. There's one candle here, you can see there's a long liquidity grab here with this bearish candle that has a long wick at the top and bottom. Okay, so let me see how it goes. We'll be looking at one by one all of them, guys. Okay, let me know in the chat how you are doing. Thank you very much for being here. Derek, morning from South Africa, Cape Town. Thank you very much. Morning, Derek. Morning, coach. Usdjpy, USD. Good morning. Yeah, we'll be looking at that. Fundamentals, some big news. Gbp, USD. Yeah, Gbp is very important now. We'll be looking at that in all of them. Good morning, coach. Don, thank you very much. AUD USD. Yep. So I see a lot of interest for AUD USD and Gbp USD. Let's look at Gbp USD. Now Gbp USD, we see that DXY is getting a bit stronger. Gbp USD, this is the daily chart. There is a doji has been formed on Gbp USD. Now with that doji formation on the daily time frame on Gbp USD, what we see that the price created a lower high along this area, and with that lower high Gbp USD with this doji, the price currently again coming down. I think that the way we see this doji, it formed a lower high with the daily, and because it formed this doji on Gbp USD, we might see that now the price coming down again, breaking this low even to this 20 EMA. I think short-term downside possible on Gbp USD. If we look at the weekly, we can see that once the previous weekly candle closed, this is a long-term bullish market, as you know, on Gbp USD. Now with this long-term bullish market, all right, this is with this doji, it's a massive move on Gbp USD, correction, another move. Now with this massive movement on Gbp USD, okay, the price now has come down for a deeper pullback. Now with that pullback, this is the previous resistance here, okay, which is turning support. I think that we might see even further lower, because if you closely look at, you will find on the daily, you'll find an inverted head and shoulder here on Gbp USD, and then break out from this inverted head and shoulder. Now looking at the daily, you'll see that now with this inverted head and shoulder, okay, if we look at this pattern here, all right, the price has a breakout from the from this inverted head and shoulder. Now if we look at, there is many ways you can draw to see where the market might be coming. I think that we might see, if you look at this channel here on the daily, if we readjust this a little bit, and I think Gbp USD from the daily perspective, we might see a drop to this level, to this 20 EMA, for a deeper pullback. Okay, and then from that level we might see that again going to the upside. So there is a downside possible with this doji. This doji is a very weaker response from the buyers. Now there is a strong impulse correction with this doji. We might see another drop, and then what I think that after testing this level, doing proper Fibonacci retracement, if we take Fibonacci from low to the high, we can see that around 61.8%, where is the 20 EMA on the daily. Okay, I think, you know, GU, even with this news, we could see downside coming down to test this daily 20 EMA, previous resistance as a support, and then we could see that Gbpusd is moving towards the upside. So from the lower time frame perspective, what we see that the market has done you know, multiple manipulation. Now this market is, I know that it's really hard to trade in this kind of channel, but once it will show clear direction, it will become much easier, because it's gathering liquidity from the top. You can see there's one here, and then the price has gone up again. So it's just going up and down, very random movement. Now what I think that on this one here, we could see Gbpusd coming well below. Okay, we could see that the price is breaking this low, okay, breaking this support, and then after breaking this support, we could see that GU again moving towards the upside. Now this channel on Gbpusd is identical. When you see this kind of channel, you can expect a couple of things. Firstly, because it's a, you see, it's a falling channel, highly likely this one will break to the downside first, okay, and then it will break to the upside for trending, very highly likely to happen. So I think Gbpusd will see further downside, and then we can expect it to move to the upside. Now going back to weekly, there isn't much movement this week so far, so there could be movement later with this news coming up, and then we can look to, you know, open any kind of entry on GU. Along with gold, there looks downside. Okay, and good morning coach, thank you very much. Good morning coach. Euro dollar, yeah, thank you very much. Usdjpy, Kelson, YAJ, so bearish now. We'll be looking at that. So, good morning coach, chatting from Nigeria, thank you very much for being here. So we see that AUD USD, looking at now AUD USD, we can see that AUD USD, what I think that, you know, AUD USD has formed a bearish price action. Okay, there is a long bearish candle. Now we had a trade on NZD USD also, we closed early today. Now what happened is that on AUD USD, if you closely look at AUD USD, you will understand how the market is doing. Is from this pattern, we know that most of the USD pairs, we can understand how they might behave. Now you can see that this is AUD USD channel that we saw on Gbpusd. This is a very long bearish engulfer. Okay, now with this bearish engulfer, for me AUD USD might be changing its trend. Okay, if you look at the daily, you can see there is a doji, the price has crossed the doji's high and then immediately rejected. I think that AUD USD, we could see further downside on AUD USD with this bearish engulfer. After multiple times we saw the price, you know, triggered liquidity here and then rejected towards the downside. Now the way this price action has formed here, for me, looks to me that, you know, it's a reversal price action. Okay, with this trend, see this is a smooth uptrend channel on a USD, and what I think that we could see a USD coming down to the support level. Now looking at the bigger picture, first let's look at the bigger picture. Now this is the bigger picture on a USD. From the weekly, we have seen there is a weekly movement to the upside. This is the weekly movement. Now with this movement on a USD, the price has broken all this resistance, and then after creating overextended, the market again coming down. I think that a USD might come back to test this support level again. Okay, this is the support on a USD. Okay, and with that support, because it created this move and coming back down, you know what, I think that on a USD the price might drop further to the support level. Okay, and if you look at this move, it's coming down for correction, and if we draw this level here, okay, we see that with this movement the price let me delete that. So what we could see on a USD, what I think that yeah, so there is a highly likely with this move, and then with this movement we might see the price coming down to test this level. Okay, this is a move correction, we can expect further deeper. So if a USD is dropping down to this level, then from that perspective we can expect, you know, even other USD pairs almost behave in the same way. So that from that place we can see that a USD with the USD, all the USD pair, we might see further downside, which is possible. And so from the 4 hour, if we look at this price action on a USD, for me it's a selling pressure. Okay, and any kind of pullback to the upside, we could see that a USD coming down. And if we see here, you can see this is there is a smart money area, and you can extend it here even as well. So there is a probability for a USD for bigger picture to change its uptrend to a downtrend. Okay, if you look in the past, the price did the same. You can see whenever the price formed this kind of a reversal pattern has dropped, we see the same thing has a massive drop. Now we see the same thing here also, it is in a massive drop. And looking at that fact, okay, what I think that there could be bigger drop in this instrument. Now if AUD USD is dropping, you know, with this speed, then what we could see that we see that alignment with all the USD pairs including DXY. Now DXY, let's look at the DXY, then you will see that DXY okay, completely different picture with the DXY. Okay, DXY, there is a, from the daily there is a long bearish candle, okay, which is a strong rejection. And from 4 hour, what we see that from 4 hour perspective, the price had a drop, and it is now at form two dojis. Let's look at a bit more bigger picture from the monthly and from the daily. Okay, so from the daily we saw the DXY has formed bearish candle. Now if we look at the DXY price action, it's you can see with this downtrend it's bearish, but AUD USD showing potential downside. So there is a little bit of mix. This is because AUD itself is a bit weaker at the moment, but if DXY is coming down, then we might see AUD USD moving in a sideways instead of coming down. So let's see how it is reflecting with the GBP USD. Now GBP USD also we see that downside, so we might see a bit slower movement, which is a pullback. Now it is what happened when the market in a pullback, the market normally moves a little bit slower than the trending direction. Okay, you can see that this is the GBP USD price has gone up, now it's coming down a bit slower, which is a pullback, and anytime we could see that movement. And now we see that you can see gold again on the lower time frame pushing high. Okay, so as the news is coming, let's focus on GJ and GBP USD, and then we'll be looking at the others. Okay, I think GBP might come down for short term. GBP JPY also showing potential downside. We saw that after multiple times rejection, the bulls couldn't break the high. So let's see the news calendar exactly. Where is the GBP or CHF? Okay, it's okay. 5:30 is, so you see that today's 5:30 in my zone is CHF. So and then GBP 9 p.m. So first CHF and then GBP. So GBP we looked at this, and let's look at CHF as well. Let me see which one you guys are looking at. Gold, yeah, you will be looking at USD CHF. Yeah, USD CHF also important because there's a news coming up, and we'll be looking at that morning coach. Thank you. Can you expect bullish reaction from the current zone on AUD CAD? Yeah, absolutely, we'll be looking at that. Good morning coach, chatting from Zambia, doing a great work. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here. Thanks for your appreciation. Favor. Hi coach, USD CHF, what's your analysis? We'll be looking at that. Please share words of wisdom and down okay, keywords. So, you know, I would say that we'll be discussing that. Okay, I know that, you know, trading sometimes need a little bit of motivation. It's really sometimes it hurts. I understand. Okay, we'll be discussing that, no problem. Good morning, thank you very much. NCDJPY suffered. Okay, I understand. Okay, but Sue, look, it's important, you know. I know that our decision is, you know, influenced by many other factors. So, you know, if you are I know that not only you, many of you in the same boat of, you know, in trading, but there is always two sides of each coin. Okay, it's not that let's say a trader has come to trading now, it's not getting motivation or encouragement. There is always, everything has a learning curve. Everything in this world has a learning curve. Anything you want to learn, you must have a learning curve. Okay. But in trading, sometimes it becomes a bit difficult, is because when it comes to learning curve, there we have a freedom in the hand to make a quick decision to revert that learning curve, and this is where sometimes it comes a little bit of difficult to control. But if you, what I would say, that if you remain patient, okay, patience is the key. Definitely there is a reward. Okay, as you know that in trading also there is a word called risk to reward. Similarly, if you consistent in your approach as a trader, there is always a reward for this. Okay, and always what I would say, that difficulty makes us stronger and prepare for tomorrow. Okay, now if you study, let's say what I'm saying, if you study traders, let's say study JC Livermore, study many other great traders out there, current and old, you see that every trader has a setback at some point. They go through a little bit of downside, and the only way to be in this market is to find inspiration and then remaining consistent. They say that feel the fear, do it anyway. This is what I did also. Different day, different situation, but action, I train my brain in that way. I think that you guys also can do that. No matter what in my personal life, whatever, my action remain inconsistent with the goal that I set. Now what I can give you an exercise, okay, to do that. So the exercise is the first thing, that what you're gonna do is, let's say if you are struggling to move on as a trader, I think this is a very, very important approach. So before the day, write down in a piece of paper what you exactly want to do the next day in your trading. Let's say you have a full-time job or anything like that, writing down really, really, really helps. So what you're gonna do, for example, every day improve, try to add little bit of spice in your trading. Every day little bit. Let's say you can write it down in a piece of paper, that tomorrow I will focus on only I'll learn candlestick pattern, or I will learn this strategy, or every day, or just remaining on your trading desk, keep going. That will dramatically change your trading. Over time it will change a lot. This is only when you write down that tomorrow I'll do this, I'll learn this much, I'll go through this course or this video, or I'll remain on my trading desk for half an hour, 1 hour. If you write it down, it directly go to your subconscious mind, that I have seen straight away. Otherwise, what will happen is that when other things come in life, we tend to quit. Okay, and once you are not consistent, you are not regular, you quit, and then you forget, and then gone. So that's how I think that the best way is to write it down. And also, if you write down specifically what you want out of trading, this is the biggest key that you can keep. Imagine that, let's say you are you need to walk 3 kilometers. Okay, you need to walk 3 kilometers. Now if you need to walk 3 kilometers and just for nothing every day, let's say you need to walk 3 kilometers every day just for nothing, right? You're not gonna do that, right? You said, why should I walk 3 kilometers? Now imagine that the path is very straight, okay, and at the top of 3 kilometers there is a reward for you. There is a reward. You can see that reward, okay? You need to see in your mind's eye. There is a reward. Anything that you like, it's there. Now you have a huge motivation to walk because you know that once you finish the walk, there is a reward. And our mind works exactly in the same way. If you don't know what you want, then you tend to quit. Mind will not give you the fuel for moving forward. That's why you need to know what's the reward that you want out of trading. What's the life you want to live, okay? If I tell you a bit more clear way, what you can do, that what I did and everyone does who are successful, is to create a clear image of who you want to be. Who you want to be is the key, and every one of us, you, me, everyone have the ability to create the life that you want to create. It's the ultimate truth. How does it work? Let me tell you. Let's say this is anyone like me or you, okay? Now how we are related to the universe. So what we have is that when we hold an image inside our mind, let's say someone or X, Y, Z, X, name is X, he has a day job, doesn't like, small house, doesn't like, in that situation. So what happened is that what Mr. X or Mrs. X is thinking all the time is about the day job that he doesn't like, about the house that he doesn't like. So what happened is that mind take it literally. Mind say that, because the attention, okay, mind say that, okay, a day job, that you, okay, get it. A house, 2-bedroom, get it, because the attention is there. So where the attention goes, it gets. Now we shape our internal energetic vibration in the same way that we think. If I give you a bit more clearer idea, imagine that a delicious food that you like, okay, a sweet or a delicious food that you really love to eat, right? Now think for a moment, just for a moment, it's an exercise. Think for 10 seconds, see what happened. You see that you started to feel some, something inside your mind, that mouth, okay, that the food is already there. So once you think, your internal chemical in your brain changes, okay, internal body mechanics changes to adapt with that food, to become worthy of that food, and you started to move towards it. This is the unseen part of our life that we don't see. Now imagine in the same way that an awful event that you don't want to remember in your life, remember that you start to feel the same way that when you were in that event at that moment. That's how everything works. So no matter where you are, if you can hold an image inside your mind who you want to be instead of who you were or you are, instead you can hold an image who you want to be and hold on that image and let the rest go away, you're gonna go there, okay? It's no doubt about it. Everything has every human creates their life in the same way. So this is what the ultimate truth that I can tell you. If you hold on to an image of who you want to be and don't deviate from it, okay, hold on to it, act from that place. Every time when you are taking action, remind yourself that this is who I am. Okay, I have, this is the life that I want to live, a free life, financially free, not have a burden for job. Okay, it's a kind of deluding, but this is how everything works. And then what will happen is that when you stay committed on that notion, you started to see what is called the synchronicity. Synchronicity is a very famous Swiss psychiatrist, Carl Jung. He explained how the synchronicity works. So it's the ultimate truth. You started to see the synchronicity, and synchronicity means, like, for example, as soon as you commit, you start to see a phone call coming to you, tell you about this. And anything you commit, you start to see the synchronicity, that every way I have seen, tested, is the real truth. Okay, for example, suddenly you commit that, okay, I'm gonna 2 years, I'm gonna be a trader. Okay, I'm gonna be a trader, and I'm a profitable trader. You commit to yourself, and all of a sudden you start to see the chart in a different way. Okay, you got a phone call, you got a message, you got a telegram message, or anywhere that's, you know, giving you some advanced idea of how to be a trader, or anything you have in your mind, back of the mind, that you want to do, you start to see the connection with that. And that's how you can move forward, and that's the ultimate truth. Okay, that's the empower that you can gain. So the first step is to find out exactly what do you want out of trading, who do you want to be. Okay, not what you want. They said, it says that you will not get what you want, you will get who you are. So you have to become first who you are, and then acting from that place, and that's gonna come, no doubt about it. Okay, so thank you very much. Before drop, any chance for gold to, yeah, absolutely, we'll be looking at that. Use this about your analysis. Loda, good morning, thank you very much. Thank you, Loda. What's your name? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. Awesome. Okay, let's look at looking at the gold again, going back to gold. Okay, so with this gold is that if you look at 1 hour chart, after this semi drop to the support level, what we are seeing that gold, this is a drop on gold and correction. Now with that correction and drop, you know, this is a, what I said, a semi drop. Okay, not a very strong drop. The market is still not fully, you know, not fully ready for its move. We see that this is the 5-minute chart, which is upside. Okay, we might see, if we look at the daily, yeah, from the daily, I think that the market is not fully yet ready for a big drop. Instead, what I think that until the news, we might see a bit more upside, and it is possible for the price to break the daily high and then to reject. And for me, ultimate destination for gold is to the downside. If you look at the 4 hour, we can see that movement, and I think that the price highly likely will move up, and then could see that drop coming up. Okay, at this point, it is here testing this support as a resistance. Now, if the price wants to drop from here, we will see that very strong rejection, then we can look for entry. As soon as we will find that, we'll look at that. All right, guys. In the meantime, let me see. So what's your, okay. Thank you very much. In the meantime, guys, if you are looking for a regulated broker, our recommended broker is EverTrade. EverTrade is regulated, so your capital will be in the safe hand, and there no commission broker. Withdrawal deposit very swift and no hassle, and very safe broker. So there is a link in the description area. Also, I'm giving a link in the live chat. You can use that link on click the link and then register for free, start trading. For those who already registered with EverTrade, I would recommend you to start trading with a minimum capital. Maybe with $100 you can start trading, because when you take action, that's where things started to unfold. And I recommend to trade in a smaller account, not a bigger account, until you become fully profitable. Because if you let's say trade in $100 account, then you have a lot of opportunity to learn, to experiment. That will help you to grow as a trader. The more experiment you will do, the better you will do that. Yes, Hogo, thank you very much. Yeah, you can use that code wizard in when you open that, when you register for that. Thank you. 20 MA to gain liquidity before further drop. Very good question, Mark. This is what I was discussing. I think that if gold is breaking the daily high, okay, which is very likely to happen also, then we might see that 20 MA retest. But at this point, it is crucial to see, because what I think that CHF and USD news will, GBP news will have an impact. Now, it might go or it may drop from here. We need to look at the lower time frame. There is a probability that you can see this 5 minutes chart. This price action is locally bullish. Now, from this level, if we see that break, then I will be selling. But from this level, selling a bit risky. We might see drop, but what I think that high probability trade will be if it managed to break this high and then sell. Now the price is aligning with this one here. You can see this is a dynamic resistance line. Okay, now with that dynamic resistance, this is where we can see the price. This is the structure has broken. I think we might see that upside, okay, before dropping finally, because you see there is a strong rejection here. And what I think that it's gonna break all this high, and then we could see that final drop. If you look at the daily, again, you see there is a long wick at the top also. That long wick still has not been tested yet, and it could be during the news. I think before the news we might see the price is ranging in this area, in below this level. Okay, I think we could see upside, and then we might see that break coming towards the downside. Okay, so as you can see, the 15 minutes is the price is slowly trying to create this move, but as I mentioned, it's a very strongly downtrend. That's why I'm not going long. My bias will be on the sell side, so I will be waiting for the price to go to an important sell zone, then I will be selling. This is the thing that direction, okay, and the trend direction. And the next thing is so the first thing that we need to look at is the trend, okay. The next thing we need to look at is the price action, okay. there are two things, is which way to trade. The second thing is, first thing is which way to trade. The second thing is when to trade. Okay, these are the two things that we need to look at when we trade. Now, which way to trade is when we see the market showing a direction. Okay, two important thing, keep in mind guys, two important topic that we need to look at is which way to trade and when to trade. So which way to trade is from the directional bias, and when to trade is from the price action. Okay, now which way to trade is for me downside selling. Okay, so this is the selling market. Now when to trade will determine when you will see the price action. These are the two things that a trader, when to make the trading decision. So that's why I say that three important secret that I look at in the market when I trade is market structure, liquidity, and price action. I would recommend everyone master on these three, and then you become, definitely with a strong trading psychology, you become a profitable trader, no doubt. Market structure will tell you which way to trade, and if you can hold on to it, you can always, most of the time you will make the better decision. Secondly is the liquidity. Okay, liquidity is the fuel of the market. The market makes the bigger move when there is a liquidity triggered, and I discuss a lot of videos. I will discuss more in the future. Third component is the price action, when to trigger the button when you see the price action. And to know the price action, or one must have also a strategy to have, let's to say for example, what kind of candlestick you should look at. Should you buy or should you sell? Now you see that the candles that we see individually, which candle to sell sometimes is a very good question, right? And to eliminate that, this weekend also I'll be releasing some important content. Okay, make sure guys you give a big thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on that. Press that bell button. So I'm gonna pause for 2 seconds. I'm gonna release a very important video on how to find selling candle and liquidity candle. So you'll see the same candle, let's say a candle like that and a candle like that. Okay, same candle, one is buy, one is sell, is because of one is a pullback candle and one is a liquidity candle. And how do you identify that? I'll show you this weekend, Saturday. I'll premiere it, and also I'll be watching with you. So I'm gonna pause for 2 seconds. Everyone have time to give a big thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. That's awesome. Thank you for your support to the channel. Now, okay, so thank you very much. Because if you say the daily high, it will be daily candle to the left. Yeah, daily candle to the left. Yeah, absolutely. Euro, yeah, we will be looking at that. Euro, GBP. Okay, it's possible. Okay, so gold, a very good question. Where gold is dropping, where there's a DXY is downside. Let's see. Now you can see that they mentioned that DXY had a drop, has come to a support level. This is the support level on DXY. Now if we look at the daily here, what do we see? That from the daily perspective, this is there is a consolidation here. The price has broken down, has gone up, has broken down. So this is if you look at this market on DXY, we see that there is a double bottom. Okay, with the double bottom formation on DXY. Now this market could break down from this level. okay, could continue to rise up again. There are two probable scenarios. The price still didn't break the swing low, and we saw that AUD USD, you can see AUD USD forming bearish. It is possible for DXY to go up, okay, from this level, and if it, going up means that breaking this high also possible, and in that time we could see that gold is downside, which is normally in majority of the time you see that DXY and gold move completely. Sometimes, rarely, they move in the same direction when there is a crisis in the economy, but in majority of the time you'll see that they both moves almost in the same direction. Okay, so if you look at this, this gold market now on the 1 hour, we can see after testing this candle is trying to create a bearish price action. I think that it may not be able to drop in that way without grabbing liquidity from the support. So from the 15 minutes we see after testing this from 5 minutes, okay, so we could see that sideways movement. What I think that so yeah, as I mentioned, it may not be, it may not drop this way. The way I see this price action is still possible to move in a sideways or to have another movement to the upside before coming down. This is not that much of very impressive bearish price action or neither a bullish. We might see a bit more choppiness and then we could see that movement. Okay, in the meantime guys, if you want to join us, also learn a strategy that we are trading and also trade with us, there is a link in the description and also there is a link at the top of the chat. Visit the website, click join now button, and then you will be able to join us to learn our strategies and also to trade with us. This is a great trading experience that you can have, so you can join us, link in the description. Any question, let the live agent know if you have any question. Okay, so Derek, can you also explain the significance of the middleman candle, please? Yeah, middleman is one of my favorite candlestick patterns. Significance is very, very important. If you look at middleman, let me give you a couple of examples, then I'll tell you where you can find more. Now you see this on gold, this is a middleman. So looking at this one here, this is a middleman. Now if you look at, this is the daily candle and that's a textbook middleman. Showing you more example on the 4 hour as well. So this is also a middleman. Okay, this is also a middleman. So the definition comes from a place, so you can see after this middleman, you can see that market has made a massive move to the upside. Now if you look at the candlestick, it could be in any shape. Now in isolation, a candlestick doesn't mean anything, not only middleman, any candle will not tell you anything in isolation. It has to be in context with the price action and market structure. Okay, now if you look, this is a textbook middleman. It could be this shape. Okay, now middleman. Okay, middleman is an isolation, a candle. If you see only this is not enough. It has to have a specific criteria to be a middleman, especially when it breaks out in the direction of the trend and act as a breakout candle. This is where it comes to the middleman trading. Middleman. Now middleman is one of my favorite trading strategy, and it's a very powerful candlestick pattern. Once you know how to spot them, there are some videos as well on the YouTube available. You can watch them. Now I have a specific rule-based strategy also on middleman. It's available for if you're a lifetime member. You can see on your student dashboard. You can use that strategy to take some great trades. If you are not our lifetime member, I would recommend you to join and you can access that. It's one of the best strategy you'll find out there. I really like this strategy. It's a very powerful candlestick pattern, and you can see a lot of them, especially if you see a middleman on the higher time frame. On the lower time frame, you can find in the direction a lot of trading opportunity. Okay, so with that being said, let's move on with them. Now looking at okay, so I will be quickly looking at all of them to see who is doing what. Okay, so you can say AUD USD going up for we see in majority of the pairs. So AUD gold in a very narrow space. So if we look at euro pairs, euro NZD, like the euro AUD, is very strongly bullish. Now NZD USD, we had a trade, we closed it at near entry, and because it's you can see that this market is now along with the DXY, we'll see which way, and then we'll be entering again. Dollar CAD and most of the USD pairs now a little bit in a sideway. Now let's look at dollar yen to see which way the market is heading with the dollar yen. Now dollar yen is a bullish market. Okay, it's a long-term bull market. If you look at the weekly time frame, we can see that from the weekly perspective it is a bull market, starting with this movement on dollar yen. This is a strong move followed by this narrow triangular pattern on dollar yen. Now with this triangular pattern on dollar yen, okay, this is a bullish candle. Now with this bullish candle on dollar yen, this week so far we have seen a narrow candle so far. The prices didn't move much where the price open and close. Now if we look at the daily, we can see that from the daily perspective, this is the daily with this liquidity grab. It's a massive move on the daily, and with that movement, this is the daily bullish candle on dollar yen. Now what we see that the price with this daily candle, the price has created kind of inverted head and shoulder, and we see that movement. I think dollar yen, we could see either upside or in a sideway. Okay, we could potentially see either upside or in a sideway, but if in case we see the downside, we'll see how it does. But for me it's a bullish, but if we see a very strong liquidity gap from the top, we might see deeper pullback, and then we'll decide which way we'll be trading. CHF, US oil, would you like AUD CAD and the current zone? Okay, CHF had its all-time high, please guide how to trade it. NZD-JPY, yeah, we'll be looking at that. CHF, NZD-JPY and US oil. Okay, AUD CAD, looking at AUD CAD. Now AUD CAD, you can see that we have seen this market has moved well above, has come back to the support level again. It's a very crucial level of support. Let's look at the daily first of all. Now from the daily, you can see AUD CAD has gone up completely to the upside, has broken this swing high. Okay, now with this resistance here, the price triggered all-time high, and from that all-time high trigger on AUD CAD, the price has now again completely has broken down to the support level. Let's look at the bigger picture to see. Now from the monthly, AUD CAD has gone to the resistance line, and now the price is rejecting. Now looking at the weekly, this is the weekly price action. You can see it triggered all-time high, and the price has rejected towards the downside on AUD CAD. Now looking at daily, this is the daily price action. There is a massive drop so far, and with that drop, this is the daily support level on AUD CAD. I think that we could see a pullback to the upside, but because it triggered liquidity, it's a long-term downtrend. We might see AUD CAD, the sellers might sell. Now already the price has dropped well below. We can expect a pullback. Okay, already we saw there is a liquidity gap here, so let's let it go up to break some of this high, and then we might see AUD CAD again coming down. So it's in a zone where we cannot buy or sell, because you can see it's falling market, so we cannot buy, and it's on a support, so you should not be selling. There are some market you see majority of the time that in a situation where you cannot buy, cannot sell at the same time. So that's the market that we need to just keep observing to see which way the market will be heading. Okay guys, so AUD CAD, CHF-JPY, looking at that. Now looking at monthly bigger picture. Okay, this is a bigger picture on the monthly CHF-JPY, which is in fact long-term bullish market. Now if we look at the weekly, we can see that from the weekly perspective, this is the weekly price action. There's a long wick here on CHF-JPY, and if you look at this one here, it's a massive bullish market on CHF-JPY. It's an all-time high. All right, now let's see on the lower time frame how it is doing. From the daily, we have seen a bullish candle. For me, it's a starting of another move, could be highly likely, because we see this daily impulse, narrow correction, it is in another impulse on CHF-JPY. Now from the 4-hour perspective, this is where we can see the market. This is an inverted head and shoulder here, breakout from that inverted head and shoulder. Okay, and the price maintaining a bullish structure. But for me, I think that I will be more than happy to buy if it grab another amount of liquidity and test this this previous resistance as a support. Only in that case I will be going long on CHF-JPY. So otherwise I will leave it like that. Okay, so CHF-JPY is bullish, and GBP, Euro, USD, yep, we looked at them. We'll be looking at again quickly GBP, JPY. Now GBP/JPY also moving in a sideways. It's also a bull market, bigger picture. This one with the news, we might see further drop for deeper pullback. Okay, but it's a bullish market. I want to see that GBP/JPY has broken this low and then grab liquidity and then trending to the upside. Okay, this is where I will be looking at on GBP/JPY. Okay, so you see that this market, it's a very strongly bullish market. This kind of bullish market will not turn bearish in one day. We might see that local breakdown. This is what we need, and then we can expect to go bullish again. So in majority of the pairs, let's look at the USD CHF. As CHF news is coming, we can see that if you look at the daily on this $1 Swiss franc, we have seen that there is a daily bearish candle. Looking at the weekly as well, we can see from the weekly bearish candle, from the monthly. Okay, so there is a little bit of probability for a sideways movement. CHF, USD CHF, looking at the daily. So we might, what I think that we might see that dollar getting a bit more stronger. We might see a retest of this resistance again, and then we could see that drop, and that could lead the gold to the upside, downside. Gold is now, you can see it's just ranging in a very narrow range. So we see that the market a little bit in a sideways, still not showing a clear direction, and that's waiting for the news. Highly likely 2 news coming up, and as soon as I will find an opportunity, once I will see the direction, I will also send it to the VIP Telegram channel when I'm not on live. And from there, if you join us, you can join us to see how we are trading and access all the trading material that we have. And also let's look at WTI. Now WTI US oil, if you look at the daily, there's a daily bullish candle on US oil. Looking at the monthly, now from the monthly perspective, this is a, from the monthly, this is a this is a bullish market. Now slowly we saw the back-to-back to drop. The price has gone up, has come down for a pullback. We might see a little bit to the upside. From the weekly, previous week there is a long week candle. This week also from the support, the price is rejecting. From the daily, we can see that the market is forming locally bullish. Okay, not clear direction to the upside. From the 4 hour, what I think that WTI, this is an impulse correction, so the price is forming series of higher high and higher low, but it may not go far this way. The reason is, you can see there is a resistance, it's not fully defined. And WTI, now depends on what time frame you are looking at. From lower time frame, if you look at very lower time frame, we might see some local bullish trend. Let's see, in the 15 minutes you can see it's going up, and we might see locally to the upside on WTI. Okay, now this 1 hour candle, it grabbed liquidity. This is the trend on WTI, a massive movement followed by this is local, this is a bull flag on WTI. Now with that bull flag, the price grab liquidity and form this movement to the upside. This is I think that locally we might see that move. If you look at the 1 hour, the price action is a bit more clearer to see. We might see some swing, some high is broken that could give a good move on the lower time frame. If you look at, let's say, this is where you could see that WTI is going up to break this resistance line. This 1 hour candle is a bullish candle, but I think that we might see a break to the upside from this level on WTI. So these are, guys, I strongly believe that you enjoyed this live session. I want to see you again in the next live, guys, and also don't forget to subscribe and press that bell button. If you want to check out all the links in the description, check out the brokerage link about trade. They are regulated. I have given a link in the live chat right now. You can click the link, register for free, start trading with a regulated broker. You can start trading with even $100. So I would recommend you to start with a smaller account. For those who already registered with About Trade, I recommend you to start with a $100 account, and that will help you to learn, and also you are supporting the channel also. Thank you very much, and I want to see you in the next one. And the market, once it will show us direction, we will be looking at the next move as soon as I will find it. And if you want to be with us also, you can join us. Thank you. I'll see you soon in my next live. Stay well and stay happy.